First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your first alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
Tragedy in the water. Sadly, a teenager has died after jumping into a quarry in Aurora. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Duffy.
And I'm Nicole Versansky. Rescue teams say the remote location really made that desperate search even more difficult.
Stephen Hernandez is live where this all happened. Stephen, what can you tell us this afternoon?
Thank you. This is near a housing development in Aurora. It's kind of isolated, really no one around here, and it actually took first responders a bit of a challenge to get to the area where I'm standing. You can see this rope that leads straight into the water. Tragedy both for the city of Aurora and the Bedford School District after a 15-year-old sophomore died Thursday afternoon in the middle of this quarry. Scott Simmons, team commander with the Portage County Water Rescue Team, was there and describes the scene.
Just the seriousness of the situation. You know, our team just did what they needed to do.
The Aurora Fire Department first responded at 4:14 p.m. yesterday to the body of water located near 325 Treat Road. Two young males had jumped off a rock cliff and into the water, but while swimming back, one of them started to struggle. At 4:25, Aurora Fire began their search. But Simmons says the quarry's physical features slowed the search down.
Nobody around and no lifeguards, and it was actually a little bit difficult for us to find. You know, once we had gotten better witness statements and had positioned that rescue swimmer out until where they thought the last seen point was, we found the subject about 10 minutes later.
The teen's body was finally found by divers shortly after 6 p.m., 10 feet deep, 25 yards from the shore. Portage County Coroner's Office is now taking over the investigation, and the victim's name has not yet been released. But we do know he was a Bedford High School student. The school said in part, "Our thoughts are with the student's family, friends, classmates, teammates, and all those affected by this loss." The school district is also making counseling and support services available for students. Commander Simmons is also reminding everyone that entering large bodies of water should always be done with extreme caution.
Make sure you're not swimming by yourself, and if you are within a group, make sure somebody has the means of contacting 911 in case something does happen.
Very important advice. And we also reached out to the coroner's office for an update on their investigation. And you can count on 19 News to provide you that information the moment it's available. Live in Aurora, Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
It's a nice afternoon for us. Temperatures either upper 70s to lower 80s. That humidity is lower, so it feels nicer outside today. We've seen the clouds break away for a decent amount of sunshine. That trend will continue in our southern counties as we head through the rest of the day, staying dry through this evening. So sunshine will give way to clear conditions overnight, and we'll see the breeze that will begin to settle down a bit. It'll be more out of the southwest tonight at around 5 miles per hour or less. Looks good out at Progressive Field. Guardians first pitch here in the next few hours. Pleasant start to our weekend. We've got the sunshine tomorrow. We do have a storm risk returning on Sunday. I'll time things out for you. We'll take a look at the First Alert Future View, and then we talk about much cooler conditions to start next week. Almost a little fall-like after this run with summery temperatures we've seen recently. I'll talk about it coming up here in just a bit.
A Plain Township man accused of trying to shoot a Canton police officer was ordered to have a mental health evaluation.
Hey! No! No, Shane,
You might remember the officer's body cam video. The moment police say Shane Newman pulled a gun. Luckily, that gun did not fire. And then you see that Walmart employee jumping on him before he could try anything again. This happened back in October. Newman was not even allowed to have the gun because of a previous felony conviction. In this case, he's pleading not guilty by reason of insanity.
Dangerous game of hide and seek played out Tuesday night in Cleveland Heights.
Police just released the body cam video of how it all played out and the 16-year-old who's been arrested. Dan DeRose joining us now. with the details.
A couple of things I want you to keep in mind as you watch some of this video. First of all, as the chief pointed out, the professionalism when they do find this 16-year-old who was hiding. But then second of all, the dangerous game that was being played, as Brian said, hide and seek. This happened in Cleveland Heights, Noble Road area Tuesday evening. Someone calls 911 and tells police that 3 teenagers pointed a gun at them. Police get to the scene and take a look. Right away, they find 2 of the young men and they take them into custody. But a 16-year-old took off running. That set up a perimeter by police, dozens of officers having to go into the backyards of homes, wondering where is this 16-year-old, looking behind garages, looking in wooded areas. Eventually, right there, they find the gun the teenager ditched in someone's garbage can and took off. Now listen as they describe the gun and then when they find him hiding.
With a 19, 23. It's going to be a Glock 23 40 caliber. Stop right there. Come on out. I got him back here on Kirkwood. We'll go across the street. Come on out. Walk up. Let's walk out here. Clear your book bag back there. Come on. Grab it.
That officer very calm when he found that 16-year-old behind that garage. He's now being charged as a juvenile so far. Carrying a concealed weapon, aggravated menacing, and tampering with evidence. That's because he threw that gun away in the garbage as he went and hid. We'll continue to follow this, see if perhaps he gets charged as an adult at some point.
Well, a day after President Donald Trump claimed the war with Iran is over, he slammed Tehran, claiming false terms of an agreement were leaked to state media. Karen Caifa is in Washington right now with a look at where things stand now.
President Donald Trump on social media Friday calling out Iran for what he described as inaccurate descriptions of a proposal to end the war. Very dishonorable people to deal with, the president wrote. With them, there is no such thing as dealing in good faith. Iran's foreign minister, meanwhile, said on social media, a deal has never been closer, and all details will be shared with the public in due course. On Thursday night, President Trump said during a political event that the war had ended.
I don't know if you heard, but we ended the war with Iran today, and they have agreed never to have a nuclear weapon, something that we insisted on.
A senior Trump administration official said Iran had agreed to dismantle its nuclear program and destroy and remove nuclear material. The official said the Strait of Hormuz would reopen and Iran would end proxy support of terrorist groups. Iran's foreign minister Friday cautioned against speculation about the details of the agreement. While President Trump has made a number of previous claims of an imminent deal, experts say this may be different.
But the fact that they have gotten so far that he's willing to go out on this type of a limb and say that they're this close, I think means that they are indeed quite close.
A signing ceremony for a memo of understanding would most likely be held in Geneva, Switzerland, sources say, not far from where Trump and the U.S. delegation will attend a G7 summit next week in France. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Oil prices dropped. The benchmark for the U.S. went down more than 1% to roughly $89 a barrel. Gas prices also dropped by about 2 cents a gallon. AAA says the national average is now $4.13. The average here in Ohio is about $4.12 a gallon. This all happened after President Trump's announcement that he was pausing strikes against Iran. But we are looking for the best prices in our area. According to Gas Buddy, you'll pay $3.75 at the Get-Go in Green, that's on Corporate Wood Circle. It's $3.74 at Gas USA in Cleveland, that's on West 117th. And it's $3.89 at the BP in North Canton on Portage Street Northwest.
Well, as we have for over a year now, we continue to follow everything that's going on out in Brook Park as the new stadium out there is going up. Construction workers are on the job building that stadium. We're breaking it all down tonight at 6:30. Watch a new episode of Stadium Spotlight. It'll be on 19 News Plus. And you can also watch past episodes anytime. SpaceX officially went public today, making history as the largest initial public offering on record. Trading began just before noon under the ticker SPCX.
Let me tell you, if people had told me this was the going to happen? I was like, man, you must be smoking some really good crack.
Yeah, well, he can afford it. Shares opened just above $150 a share. That was up 13% from the target IPO price of $135. The stock surge officially made SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, that man right there, a trillionaire.
The Pentagon released its third cache of declassified UFO files today. There are some videos in recent years taken using modern cell phones. While they are clearer than those grainy black and white videos you may have seen, they still show a little more than lights in the sky. We're looking at one here now. You can see the files for yourself, though, at war.gov/UFO. Now to your top 4 at 4. A tragedy in Portage County. A 15-year-old boy drowned while swimming in a quarry lake in Aurora. The teen was struggling in the water yesterday and went under. A water rescue team found him about 25 feet from the shore 2 hours later. The victim's name has not been released, but we do know he was a sophomore at Bedford High School.
Police say the gunman who shot 11 people in the West Texas area is dead. Suspect barricaded himself inside a building before officers used a robot and a drone to confirm the shooter was dead. Police did not say how the suspect actually died. One victim died in this. 4 of the victims were rushed into surgery for their injuries. 2 others were stable. 3 were released.
Statesboro man pleaded guilty to beating an elderly family member. This is Richard McNeil. He admitted to hitting a woman in her 70s in the head with a heavy tool. Then he shoved her down the stairs when she tried to run away last year. McNeil then called 911, claiming she had simply fallen. The victim has since recovered. McNeil faces up to 16.5 years in prison. A sentencing date has not yet been set.
Survivors of the Pulse nightclub massacre, along with victims' family members and neighborhood supporters, gathered before dawn. They went to the site of the shooting in Orlando and paid tribute once again to the 49 people who were killed when a gunman opened fire during Latin night at the LGBTQ+ club. Building has been demolished to make way for a permanent memorial.
The Trump administration got the legal green light to host an historic mixed martial arts event at the White House this weekend.
Yeah, so the fight is going to play out right here on the South Lawn this Sunday. Today, a federal judge ruled plaintiffs seeking to stop the first ever UFC Freedom 250 event from taking place. They had no legal standing to challenge it. The event coincides with President Trump's 80th birthday and is intended to be part of the festivities celebrating 250 years of America's independence. The UFC's chief content officer said there were plenty of challenges in this massive build-out.
The South Lawn slopes down about 22 feet, right?
I can see that, yeah.
So we're building our own little arena here. And to do that, we needed a level playing field first. And it took a lot of engineering and infrastructure on the south side to build it up.
Roughly 4,300 invited guests, including U.S. service members, will be there to watch the 7-card fight. The UFC has consistently insisted that they are paying the entire $60 million price tag. Massive fire that destroyed a medical facility in Tracy, California is still burning as we speak, and it could take days for crews to get the fire completely out. Several explosions could be heard from truck tires and medical products that were inside. As of today, firefighters and investigators still do not know what started this fire. There have been no reports of injuries.
Also breaking, Tel Aviv's Pride Parade returned today after being canceled for the previous 2 years, drawing people into the streets. This year marked the 28th Tel Aviv Pride Parade. The event was canceled previously because of the war in Iran and the October 7th attacks. Israeli media reported the event underscored Tel Aviv's status as a regional LGBTQ hub, but Israel remains divided over religion, politics, and war.
now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
All right, a nice evening at the ballpark. Hoping for a win. At least the weather is going to be nice out there. Lots of sunshine, and we'll see temperatures that are a little cooler out there. Only in the low 70s for the final inning. So very refreshing. No humidity to worry about. That first pitch is scheduled for 7:10. It looks beautiful outside. Just some high clouds in Madison right now. And it looks like that gas price is dropping too. Not too bad either. What's also dropping tonight are temperatures and the humidity. Notice that feels like it's pretty much the same as the actual temperature. That means that the humidity is not too much of a problem. So overall, we're looking good out there, and we will talk about a nice start to the weekend that turns a little bit more turbulent. We'll have that storm risk around on Sunday. I'll talk about our next big things coming up as we head into the week ahead. That is here in just a few minutes.
A local fire department was training hard today, not to fight fires, but to rescue people on the water.
Yeah, a lot of work out here for these guys. First at 4, Brittany Weir shows us how they're preparing for a new role and why it's more critical than ever.
Lorain firefighters are taking their training to new heights and into the water. With the Coast Guard no longer maintaining a full-time presence here, the department had no choice but to adapt.
We have a void that was created by the Coast Guard leaving that I don't think anybody anticipated, and we're the people that need to fill that void.
Until now, firefighters had no boat of their own, sometimes forced to use civilian boats just to reach victims. The department recently purchased a used rescue boat from Lakewood. The numbers show why this matters. Last year, 81 people drowned in the Great Lakes. 9 of those deaths happened between Lorain and Lakewood. Lieutenant Dan Russell says water calls have surged more in the last 5 years than his first 20 years on the job.
We have so many incidents in this town that this is critical training.
This is where Lorain firefighters are now expected to respond, right here on the water. 14 firefighters going through rescue swimmer training because they say they have no choice but to fill the void left behind by the Coast Guard. Lead instructor Jim Waltz has 15 years of experience. He's putting firefighters through subsurface searches and above surface rescues. He says the need has never been greater.
We've been throwing a lot of really hard work at them, and part of the class is just kind of realizing as we throw this hard work at you how difficult it is to do these rescues, so they're more and more prepared to do that job.
By the end of the week, 14 Lorain firefighters will be certified. Lieutenant Russell says that changes everything.
You know, if we get a water emergency now, after this week, we can be on the water and responding to it in minutes. And in this scenario, minutes count.
In Lorain, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
19-year-old is in the hospital after being shot several times in North Akron. This was the scene on Shelby Avenue around 10:30 last night. Police found the teen in a driveway on Evers Street. Officers tried to stop bleeding here, applying tourniquets to treat a chest injury. Paramedics arrived and took the victim to the hospital. The shooter has not been arrested. House fire this morning on Cleveland's Detroit Shoreway neighborhood. This is Train, just south of 90. Cleveland Public Power was also called because there were wires down nearby. They're still looking into how this fire exactly started, but the house looked like it was empty. There are no reports of anyone being hurt. Damage estimated at $40,000.
Cleveland Fire Department posting this video today. A rescue squad helped a stranded driver. This is under the train bridge at Holton. This is between East 83rd and East 90th. The road is flooded because of a broken water main. Holton is closed while things can get cleaned up. Expect slowdowns around University Circle tomorrow. Parade the Circle returns, and that means closures from about 9 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon, right around Wade's Oval. That includes parts of East Boulevard, Jephthah Drive, Wade Oval Drive, and more. So drivers, if that's your route, plan some extra time and maybe use some alternate routes.